guys, welcome to my blog and I'm James Glenn M. Frias. I discuss with you about the Philippine history, the Philippine history to replace the 1935 Constitution. The Philippines Constitutional Convention of 1971 was called the Philippine Constitution on November 10, 1970. The delegates were chosen and the actual convention began on June 1st, 1971. It was formally inscribed with controversies include attempts to uphold President Ferdinand current term limitations. Marcos and corruption scandal involving 14 individuals, including First Lady Imelda Marcos, have been charged with buying support for the Marcoses from delegates. Marcos proclaimed War 11 delegates were detained after regulation in September 1972. The ultimate delegates from the opposition were compelled to flee or hide. 2 months later, a dedicated committee started from scratch to design a fresh version, the charter to adopt the new constitution. The 1973 constitutional referendum was once called. However, it was previously questioned if the ratification was still legitimate because Marcos altered the process, employing citizens' assemblies to conduct a secret ballots vote using a Viva voice voting machine in what became known as the Charter Ratification Case. The ratification of the cases of ratification conquest and the establishment of sultanates in mainland Mindanao and Sulu were made possible by Islam. The group that converted to Islam became known as the Moros, and the Muslim invention even the rich Tondo, which was afterwards replaced by the Bisal state of Manila, that belonged to the Brunyan Empire. Islam should work to advance fairness, equality, and respect for the others in society. These are Islam's fundamental principles. Islam also contributed to our ability to exist despite our differing religious beliefs. And since this is still going on now, it helps us to be more receptive to any religion that comes to our states and our nations. Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao made up the Republic of the Philippines when it was founded on July 4, 1946. The Republic of the Philippines was expanded into Mindanao despite the Moros' persistent hostility after the declaration of independence. Muslims and local people have been whining about being social and economical isolated, with the exemption of a few rich families in rural region where a little over 50% of the population resides. Agriculture is the primary and usually the only source of income for the impoverished. Most of the valuable land in the rural areas is owned by powerful powerful landowners. Although agrarian reform is progressing and is anticipated to be finished in 2008, real implementation has been quite delayed, which has frequently resulted in conflicts. The Communist Party of the Philippines, or CPP, was resurrected in 1968 by Jose Maria Sison, a professor at the University of the Philippines, based on the struggle for national democracy. The CPP proposed two-stage revolution plan that include a protracted people's war and a socialist revolution. A year later, the party's guerrilla military branch, The New People's Army or NPA was founded with the intentions of leading a peasants worker revolutions against and foreign business in the countryside. According to information primarily provided by U.S. authorities, the three aforementioned groups have only recently emerged in the Philippines and are allegedly linked to all, however, depending on the civil society interlocutor, FIDH has been told that they are either a U.S. product or do not even exist. Most of the person the expedition encountered concur that they are mostly made up of few crooks who are more motivated by monetary gain than by any particular philosophy and noteworthy peace agreement was marked between the Philippine government and the Moro Islamic Freedom or MILF to put an conclusion to the country's South's extended struggle agreeing to a few cues. The savagery has brought about in slightest 120,000 fatalities, 2 million individuals being uprooted. The definition of a principal law by the Bangsamoro individuals and the foundation of a ecclesiastical framework of government in Mindanao, South Philippines are both made conceivable by this system. Understanding the NLF fought the government troops in a new military classes with the early 1970s when the rebels blight-like operations finished in their inbound to Fibang Samoro move them into critical impact over the larger part of the neighborhood governs encompass in Cotabato City and its airplane terminal complex. This led the Marcos government to extend its military earnest by pushing about three-fourths of the armed force in Mindanao. Transcendently Muslim localist when Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi interceded a bargain that brought about within the marking of the Tripolo understanding, which presented the two of an autonomous Muslim zone in Mindanao. Things took a diverse course as required by the 1987 structure. Congress passed Republic Act 6734 on imminent 1089 of the Independent Local in Muslim Mindanao ARMM, but among the 13 territories it were the territories of Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi chose to connect the ARMM out of the 16 areas and 9 cities that took portion within the submission on November 6, 1990. The ARMM was formally constituted. Additionally, the American tried to stop the virus from spreading by supplying distilled water in all provinces and areas that have been affected, but many of the illiterate people afterwards feared that the distilled water was actually poisonous. Additionally, in order to prevent them from spreading disease, fast the United States Army made Filipino dwell in concentration camps during the interim, according to reports. In order to prevent the spread of the illness, health officials in Batangas forbade any funerals in any churches when infected people died from it, being a criminology student and soon to be military member. It is crucial to maintain both a healthy physical and mental state to replace the 1935 Constitution. The Philippines Constitutional Convention of 1971 was called the Philippines Constitution on November 10, 1970. Delegates were chosen and on June 1971. So that's all, guys. Thank you for watching and subscribes my blog. Thank you very much. Bye bye.